We'll go ahead and get started. City of East Ridge Agenda Work Session, May 23rd, 6 p.m. This is to set the tentative agenda for the June 13th, 2019 council meeting. Ms. Middleton, roll call please. Here.
Vice Mayor Nelson. Here. Councilmember Cagle.
Here.
Councilmember Chauncey.
Here.
Councilmember Webb. Here. City Manager Dorsey.
Here.
City Attorney Litchfield.
Not here. I'm Keith Reisman. I'm started today's here. There we go. Once again, I'm Keith Reisman. I'm sitting in today for Mr. Litchfield, who could not be here today.
Underneath 3B, we have a special presentation for the Tennessee American Water Environment Grant. Ms. Bowers.
Yes, Mayor and Council. Several months ago, we applied for the Tennessee American Environmental Conservation Grant, and those funds is 100% funded to help do some creek cleanup and creek bank stabilization. We did apply for $6,000. However, we were awarded $2,000, and representatives from Tennessee American will be here at the next council meeting to present the check to us.
Excellent. Council, do you have any questions? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
We have no old business for the June 13th meeting. We move into new business. We have an unnumbered ordinance. An ordinance of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, adopting the annual budget and tax rate for the fiscal year beginning July 1st and ending June 30th, 2020. Would be the first reading.
Yes,
Anything you'd like to add? We'll also be seeing this
but we'll be seeing this.
budget presentation.
Yes, this refers to the budget presentation I'll be doing later this evening, just to present the budget to the council, and then of course give you time to review it. Everything else, and then the first reading would be at the next meeting.
And adding on to that, we'll have a budget presentation, so then we'll look at council, see if they how they would like to proceed with that pertaining to any questions concerning the budget. If we want to do a budget workshop, if we want to individually, like we've done in the past, ask those questions to the city manager. So just keep that in mind for the budget presentation later in the regular agenda. Do we have any questions at this time? We'll move to item B, an unnumbered ordinance for a budget amendment.
Yes, this will be our final one of the year. It's just where I'm going to go in and review and see if I need to move any monies from one department to another. Just a little final cleanup. Nothing unexpected as far as I know. That's all.
Kenny, you look a lot better.
It's not awesome.
Do we
Oh, that's nice.
Do we have any questions concerning the budget amendment? I see none. We'll move into item C, a public hearing for an unnumbered resolution for a grant for a sign variance of Camp Jordan Parkway tax map number 1701-A-038 and 169D-A-003. Mr. Custer.
Yes, Mayor and Council, Exit 13 LLC, which is in Jordan Crossing, has submitted a variance request for a 3-foot pylon sign. The construction of that sign, if approved, with a potential new development, would be adjacent to I-75 North and just north of where Bass Pro currently sits. The parcel is actually somewhat hid from traffic that's coming southbound, so that's why the variance request was made. And you'll see it's also part of the use on review that will be at the 6:30 meeting tonight. And all the supporting documentation is attached.
Thank you, sir. Council, do you have any questions? I see none. I'll move to item E, numbered resolution, purchase of radios on statewide contract for the fire department. Chief Williams, do you want to come forward?
Mayor and Council, this is an item that was granted to us through the Homeland Security for radios. These radios are mobile radios, what we've got, and we've still got some digital radios. We're in the process of switching over analog to digital on our apparatus. So what this will do with the amount of money is $15,000 that we received. We'll be able to replace 4 radios. And also, there's some accessories that we need to buy, and we're allowed to also purchase those as long as it has to do with communications. One of those accessories is a bank charger for batteries to go on one of the apparatus. That way we'll be able to charge batteries on the scene, and we'll have fresh batteries there for the fireman to exchange on their portable radios. Purchasing these radios are Motorola. Motorola is on the state contract. I've also put the state contract number on there for you, SWC 418. So there'll be no need for bid on that.
Thank you, sir. Council, do you have any questions? Yes, sir.
I noticed the bid good for July 15th is the grant money in, but the Homeland.
You asking about Mount Council?
Motorola radio.
Motorola radios, these are the 800 radios that are mobile.
Yes, sir. Well, what I'm asking is the money going to be there about the effective date on this quote.
We purchase and then we submit for payment, reimbursement.
Yes, the money's already been allocated to Hamilton County, and Hamilton County's passed through to East Ridge, and it's already been approved. We have a letter from Hamilton County saying what our allotment is, and it's 100%. There is no matching funds required. So once the radios are purchased, we'll submit the reimbursement, and they are pretty quick to turn around.
So the city will purchase this prior to July the 15th deadline on this, and then it'll be reimbursed.
Yes.
Any other questions? See none. Thank you. Item F, resolution number 2946, a resolution of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, authorizing the city manager to approve the attached change order request from Integrated Properties LLC in regard to plumbing and electrical work in the area of building number 3 at Camp Jordan Park as part of the Camp Jordan renovation project.
Yes, Mayor and Council, while attempting to tie in a gravity-fed sewer line at building number 3, which is a restroom and concession combo, contractors ran into a septic tank that we didn't realize even existed there. And so their gravity-fed line is actually too high to tie into the existing septic tank. So they need to dig 2 foot deeper. We were just going to bypass this system and tie into what we thought was a grinder pump, but it ends up being a fluid pump, so that doesn't work. So we're at this change order request from Integrated Properties, not to exceed $30,000. We're hoping that it comes in much cheaper than that, but this is the number that we are bringing to you today to try to get this grinder installed so that we can have our term in the middle of June. So what we have today is a request to approve a change order not to exceed $30,000. And this is for a 5 horsepower dual grounder system, the control module, and the fiberglass tank to sit that in. Also the installation and all the prep work it needs to be able to install that, like the excavation of the dirt and disconnecting electrical, demo and remove the existing septic tank, the existing fluid pump manhole. So that's where we're at.
So, if I may, the memo attached in the resolution reference in 18-273-50?
Correct. This was one option that we were exploring, and after talking with some of the city staff, we have decided that this option may actually go against our purchasing procedures, so we're going back to a different option.
Okay, so,
Similar option, you're still gonna buy the pump, as part of the contractor will be buying the pump and installing it, right?
Correct.
The contractor buying the pump and us installing it.
Yes.
Is that, I think, you violate the purchasing.
Correct.
okay. So therefore, do we need to then update this resolution?
I think it's a resolution. Probably needs to be updated.
Yeah, because it states 18-273-50.
Yes, well, we need to change that at least to say not to
It's
exceed
page
30,000.
18,273 plus another 2250.
It should, the original resolution should have said a total of $18,273.50. That included 2250 plus $16,023.50.
Okay, so the 2250 above is included in 18-273. We just need to update this
Correct.
resolution.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
an amount not to exceed.
not to.
We feel pretty comfortable that this number is going to go down. We're hoping to get several more prices to install this other than what we've received so far.
Council, do you have any other questions?
Yep. Who said the gravity feed worked? And we already had a grinder pump down there again.
We don't have a grinder pump, we have an effluent pump, which pumps
Still get
liquid.
pumped up the hill.
It pumps liquid to the WWTA pump station, so we do not have a grinder pump. And I guess really the civil engineer missed that and thought it was a grinder pump. It's an effluent pump.
There used to be a grinder pump up on top of the hill rather than sitting in the session stand.
It is. That's the WWTA.
Grinder pump up there, yeah. So,
Do we have any other questions?
How did you say this was approved, we're on track to getting that tournament for the middle of June?
Without it, we're going to have to resort to a porta toilet system that really don't want to do to open the park up with. Installing this will give us access to bathrooms and water in our concession stand. Currently, we have no bathroom use without this grinder pump.
But the reason why I ask is I know that the tournament itself, we're probably looking at anywhere from $5,000 to $6,000 in tax revenue if we do hold the tournament.
$5,000 to $6,000 of tournament rental fee. Tax dollars could be, it's unknown right now. But we have a lot of out-of-town teams that will be staying in our hotels.
We want this tournament, we want to make sure we get
100%.
is this the tournament that's June 6th, 7th, and 8th?
Correct. This is the Center City Showcase. It's a regional tournament where it's played at Warner Park, Summit, Camp Jordan, and Jack Maddox in Poplar Springs, North Georgia. About 350 out-of-town teams.
They hadn't booked any game to our park yet.
They
And I
have.
know the motels are already booked up.
They reserve fields 1 through 8 with Camp Jordan.
What age groups will we have here?
They're mainly 16 to 18-year-old girls. It's a college showcase, so.
Oh, I know what it is.
Okay.
But I've seen the 16 and under bracket, it's at Miller Park. And I follow the team out of Atlanta.
Correct.
So all of their games are at Miller Park. That's why I was asking.
They plan to utilize 8 fields, and they would use every field if they were ready to go, but we're just not ready to go there. They would use all 12 if our fields were ready to go. Next year they will. This is an annual tournament that happens. It's happened the last probably 7 years. to the sports lighting is complete.
One more to,
For fields 1 through 8 is complete. 9 through 12, they still, all they have to do is hook up the one-count outlets for to plug the scoreboards.
they ever decide whether that was lightning or?
That was the sentiment that they gave me the whole time, was that lightning had hit our sports lighting, and, because I guess it was just because they couldn't figure out why it quit working.
Well, the reason why I was asking was, because you made a statement last time we got turned down on insurance to get a refund, don't we?
And we're still trying to do that.
So they hadn't decided whether it's lightning or not.
I'm trying to get a statement and a letter on their letterhead that states that that's what their opinion was. Because I'm not an electrician, so my insurance company wouldn't take my word for it for sure.
Any other questions, council?
You know, really, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to say this, get the park already one time, and have one big showcase day. We had to give the park away that day. Have one big showcase day, instead of having people coming here from Atlanta, Birmingham, Huntsville, wherever they're coming from, Knoxville, go back and talk. We were down our plan on an unprepared complex.
Well, I agree that we want people to leave with a wow factor when they visit our park. We're not opening fields 9 through 12 simply because they're not ready yet. It's still a construction zone with a new concession building going up in the middle of that building, in the middle of those fields. Fields 1 through 8, the infields are great. The outfields, we filled in all the ruts, all the holes. We've seeded and strawed those. What we need right now is this building that we're talking about to get a grinder pump and to have restroom accessibility and a concession stand. And fields 1 through 8 should be ready to go.
I agree, Councilman. I want our park to be crown jewel, and I think there's some years with some neglect, and we've had to do some upgrades, some long overdue upgrades, and we've battled with some bad weather, but we're also trying to fit in and get it open for some events that we've committed to. So I understand and feel your pain. I think we all do. And
Yes.
we've put some long hours in to try to expedite this, and then we have one unforeseen issue after another when we start doing construction.
I keep saying that Camp Jordan is haunted because I feel like it's every day I come in and it's one thing after another. And believe me, I don't want to be up here for a change order. I'd rather not be up here, but things happen and we've got a lot of old, unforeseen things out there, and it's just unfortunate.
And it's looking good. If you haven't been down there, the bathrooms are looking good, the fencing's looking good. It's coming along real
A
well.
lot of new buildings going up, they look great. All the fencing looks great, the infields look great. We're really close.
Cover's gonna be in those bleachers.
No, they will not for this tournament.
So, no other questions. Due to the urgency of this, we'll ask to move forward to the agenda tonight, if council is willing. So I'll entertain a motion if someone wants to move it forward.
I make a motion to move this forward to tonight's agenda.
Do we have a second? We have a motion from Councilmember Witt and a second. Vice Mayor Helton, do we have any questions?
Can we have a motion not to exceed what he said, 30,000?
Sure. We'll need to get this resolution up there anyway. So, here's this.
Motion, we'll make sure we have
Yes. Any other discussion? Roll call, Ms. Miller.
Vice Mayor Melton. Yes. Councilmember Cagle.
Yes.
Councilmember Chauncey.
Yes.
Councilmember Webb.
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Yes. Item G, grant consent agenda. We have an unnumbered resolution for MLK Junior Day Service Grant. We have another unnumbered resolution for September 11th National Day of Service and Remembrance Grant. Ms. Bowers.
Yes, Mayor and Council, came across these grants this week. Both are service grants to help the community. The first one, the MLK Junior Day of Service, that's becoming a national thing where schools and because it's a federal holiday are out, that some of our, even our local schools are taking the students and doing service projects for the community. This is a 70-30 grant. The 70% of course will be ours. However, you can use in-kind services, so the work of the volunteers or any materials donated can be used as part of that match. And of course, the service day would be on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. The same group, the Corporation for National and Community Services, who sponsors the grant, and this is a federal grant, also does the September 11th grant. This one's a little bit larger scale. There is no match. However, they do like to have at least 2 large projects somewhere between the week of September 11th, somewhere in that vicinity. And they also like to focus on veterans. So we do have a lot of citizens here in the community that could use some help. We have some people already wanting to start getting together groups of volunteers to help do projects that maybe say code violations, the high grass, or help build the wheelchair ramp, things of that nature. So we can help identify the people in the community that have the need, whether they be disabled, low income, elderly, veterans, things of that nature. And that's actually a continuing grant. You would get funding for 3 years if they have the funds, of course. And it would be an annual funds, at least $1,000 that they would contribute to your project. The grant's due is June 19th. However, they want a notice of intent to apply by June the 5th. These are 2 separate grants, so I'd have to send 2 separate notice to intent to apply. However, if council decides between now and the next council meeting to not apply for one or both grants, it would not penalize us. But it would be nice if we could get the council's consent to at least put the notice of intent to apply in this evening. And then at the next council meeting, approve the resolutions.
Thank you, Ms. Bowers. To her point, she's asking us for consent to apply. We would not move this up on the agenda tonight. We would leave it where it is on the working agenda, but she's asking for consent to apply for these 2. Do we have a motion to allow Ms. Bowers to proceed to apply for these grants? I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion from Vice Mayor Helton and a second from Councilmember Chauncey for consent to apply for these grants. Is there any discussion? Roll call, Ms. Wilson.
Vice Mayor Helton.
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle.
Yes.
Councilmember Chauncey.
Yes.
Councilmember Webb.
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor and Council.
Thank you. I see no other items on the agenda, so I will come down the dais. Councilmember Cagle, do you have anything?
Not at this time.
Vice Mayor Hilton? Councilmember Chauncey?
Yeah, one thing I just wanted to mention, when we're talking about the park, I did have a chance to go down there over the weekend, and Mr. Wilson gave me a tour. There's some general facilities right up there. And I'm extremely impressed by how everything's working out. It looks really good. I just want to say congrats to you. Everything is, I'm very impressed. Thank you.
Councilmember Webb?
Nothing now.
Councilor Wilson? I don't have anything at this point either, so I will adjourn this meeting and we'll reconvene in 5 minutes for our regular council meeting.